Hello, this is Pat Carosa calling you live from Rochester, New York, and we are going to discuss the matchups this week in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and this is one of the most fun times of the NFL season. 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, and all of these games are really intriguing matchups. All of these teams are high-flying offense like Kansas City and the Rams and New Orleans, and some are surprising teams like the Colts and the Chargers and the Cowboys. So very intriguing matchups here, and we're going to discuss them each one as we move forward here. In the first game that I'm going to talk about is the Indianapolis Colts versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And Indianapolis, after starting 1-5, they have really done really well. We've seen them win last week against the Houston Texans in very dominating fashion. Their defense really smothered the Texans' offense, and you don't see that domination often, especially on the road in the NFL playoffs. And Andrew Luck looks really good. He's throwing the ball with pinpoint accuracy. His touchdown throws are really something. I mean, I've seen a lot different Andrew Luck than the previous couple years. So that could be key, and the Kansas City defense is not that great. Their secondary gives up a lot of yards, so this could turn into an old-fashioned shootout because, as we all know, Kansas City's offense is pretty darn good. They have, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, who was a revelation this season with 50 touchdown passes, and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And yes, Kansas City did slide down a bit, but I think, they could come in rolling out of the gate. And like I said, this could be a shootout. And I am aware of the Chiefs' struggles. They have lost their postseason games 11 out of their 12 postseason games that they were in. And also, Andy Reid has not always been the greatest postseason play caller, at least from what I've seen. I've always seen him in Philadelphia and now in Kansas City, and it's sort of the same. He makes some head-scratching plays that you're like, man, if he would have called that, if he would have called a pass play there, it would have been different. But I'm going to take the home team in this one. Kansas City is going to go to the AFC Championship game, which would be their first AFC Championship game since 1993, I believe, Joe Montana's last year, and that was when the Bills went to their fourth consecutive Super Bowl. So I think they will outlast the Colts. I don't think the Colts can keep up with that Kansas City juggernaut. So I think really they're going to go in the Kansas City offense will outlast Indy for them to go to the championship and for them to host the championship at Arrowhead, which would be really interesting. The next game on the slate on Saturday is Dallas against the LA Rams, and that is a very interesting matchup. And Dallas has looked really good as of late. Their offense is coming alive. I mean, Amari Cooper is making play after play, and Dak Prescott has looked okay. He's made some good throws, and some throws where you want it back, and the Dallas defense, I mean, they had a really good game against the Seattle Seahawks in the wild card game. I mean, Seattle scored late, but they were really never in the game, especially after they lost their kicker. So, all in all, I think this could be a really, really good matchup. And I may be wrong with this. I may be wrong, totally wrong, but I'm going to take Dallas with the upset win because I think they have the defense to stop the Los Angeles Rams. I think the Rams kind of slowed a little bit down the stretch there, and but they do have the offense. They do. They have a great offense. Their defense can give up some big plays there, and I think Dallas will come in motivated to get to the championship game. And if there's an upset in the making this week, it would be Dallas over the Rams, and they're going to ride through their defense, which has looked really, really good. In the first game on Sunday is the Chargers against the Patriots, and this is a really intriguing game. You have Philip Rivers against Tom Brady, and a lot of people are saying the end of the Patriots are near, and I would like to say that it is, because Tom Brady is starting to show his age, and I think it will show up in this game. But although the Chargers do look good, they look like a really, really good team, but the Patriots are so hard to beat at home. I don't remember the last time they lost in a postseason game at home, and usually when they're at home like this, they just beat up on the other team. The Chargers are a good team. This is going to be a close game, but I just don't see how the Patriots lose this game, but I'm praying that they do. But I just don't see how the Chargers can keep that offense going against Tom Brady, who is still Tom Brady. He can still make plays, and in the defense, the Chargers can get a couple points, but I just don't see it at home. So I have New England there with a win at home, and then the last game on the schedule is the New Orleans Saints against the Eagles. And so many intriguing matchups, and this is definitely an intriguing matchup. The Saints have been the best team in the NFL all season long. Their offense is unbelievable. You have Malcolm Ingram and Alvin Kamara as the running backs. Drew Brees, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He makes really good throws at 39 years old, and I think this is just a mismatch of games. I know Nick Foles is magic. He is 4-1 in the postseason based on last year and this year, but I just believe that New Orleans, it's tough to beat them at home, especially in the playoffs. And I really don't expect anybody to come in their place in the playoffs and beat the Saints. I don't. And I think the Saints will advance to the championship rounds. So the championship games I have are the Chiefs versus the Patriots, and the Cowboys versus the Saints. And that's who I have, and we'll see. And I'm praying for the Chargers to upset the Patriots, because that would make my week, in my opinion. So We'll see, and have fun this weekend with all the football, and go Bills, and I'll see you next week for championship weekend.